Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It. Today I am doing a voiceover. I know that I have not done a voiceover in quite a while, so I wanted to bring one of those back. But to start off, of course I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Peach to color correct my beard and then set it with powder. And then over top of that, we're using the e.l.f. Mint Cooling Primer just to prime our face. And then we were using the Maybelline Superstay Foundation in the 30-hour activewear formula. And then we were using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer. And you guys know that I just was not feeling that concealer. It smells like paint. And at first, I thought that it just was not concealing anything, but if you look right now at me staring at myself in the mirror, it is concealing a little bit too much. And for whatever reason, it took over when I was trying to blend out the lines, and it ended up getting all over my face. And you can't even tell now where I highlighted. So that's pretty sad. But we are now going to go in with the Juvia's Place. I think the shade is called Addis Ababa, which is a foundation stick. And we're going to contour and make sure that we have defined the parts of our face that we wanted defined and contoured. This is a very golden brown shade, and it got everywhere, so I am using the highlighting end of the beauty blender to kind of fix all of that. But right here you can see, this just is not going too well, but because I have seen way too many like YouTube videos and makeup videos to quit, I know that from watching the Scott Barnes videos that are popular on YouTube to just take a medium coverage foundation and go over that, and then what we laid down will act like I was underpainting. Now this makeup did get a little bit cakey because of how much I was putting on, but I did not want the makeup to go to waste, and I didn't want to have to like remove all of my makeup and start over because that would be a waste. Anyway, now we're going in with the e.l.f. Putty Blush, and we are blending that out. You guys know that is my favorite. And then we are taking the Morphe Dip Brow in the shade Chocolate Mousse to draw on our eyebrows. I like to draw the tail end on first, and then I like to fill in the center of my eyebrow. Now we are going in with some more concealer, and we are going to define the arch in our brows as well as give a pale base for our eyeshadow. So we are just making sure we're taking our time to make sure that our brows are how we want them. And then we are taking a beauty blender, and then we are just packing that in, making sure that there's no excess sitting there. Otherwise, it will crease really bad on our lid. So now I'm just taking my highlight shade of powder, which is the lightest shade, and it has the most white, like super white setting powder in it. And we're just using that, bless you, we are just using that to set our highlight areas as well as lighten the part of our foundation that is the closest to our chest, because my chest, for whatever reason, is a lot paler than my face. Like naturally, I'm not just saying that because of the makeup. And then we're taking our base shade, and that is a little bit closer to our natural skin tone, and setting that. And right now I am just dusting away all that excess powder. And then now the third powder that I am applying is kind of like an in-between shade, but it is still pretty pale for the highlight areas, and I'm going to use this to bake with. The palette we will be going into today is I think it's called the Fosse Posse, or something Posse, by Fenty Beauty. I've been seeing this palette all over the internet, so I figured that I would try it. So what I am doing now is I am just blending out this medium brown and packing it on, making sure that the color is there, but I am also making sure that it is blended and creating an eye shape that I like. And then now I'm taking a darker brown shade just to give depth and dimension, and I am using that to create a faux crease, even though it is kind of like in my actual crease. But whatever, we're just going to take that lighter brown and we're just going to blend that out and then adding a pale shade underneath our brow bone. Now we are taking a liquid cream slash eyeshadow like primer thing that I got in a BoxyCharm, and we are cutting our crease with it. And then I am taking a ColourPop Super Shock shadow that matches that cream that we just set down. This way everything pops and is bright and glittery. And then I am taking the House Laboratories liquid liner and I am creating a nice wing. And then now I am just filling in my eyebrows. So I like to use powders. You can use eyeshadow powders or like actual brow powders. And what we want to do is focus the darker shade on the outside and the tail of our eyebrows. And then what we want to do is take a lighter shade on the inside and kind of ombre out our brows. Now that the eyes are, for the most part, done, we're just going to dust off all that baking powder that we set, giving us a nice highlight. And then now I'm taking the brown shade, the medium brown shade, and I am dragging that across my lower lash line just to match the top of my eyelid with the bottom. We are taking a mascara, which I think is the Lash It Loud from e.l.f. And we're just adding some mascara to our top and bottom eyelashes. And then we're taking a kohl pencil liner to line the inside of our waterline. Now I am using the NYX Pro Contour Palette to add some contour to my face. And I like to mix several shades just to have a nice like pop of color that like blends into itself seamlessly. And then we are adding some blush. And for blush, especially when I'm in drag, I like to drag that like really upwards. So I like to take that like up towards my temples almost. And now we are going to dust away all of that excess powder and then add on some of the ColourPop No Filter powder foundation. I am just taking a highlight and highlighting the high points of my face, making sure that I add some dewiness to all of the powders that I just set. And then I'm dusting a little bit off because it was getting out of hand a little bit, and I am blending that into my blush. So now I am using some glitter gel just to add some extra sparkle on the super high points of my cheekbones. And we're going to also cover up where my eyes were crying a little bit in the corner of my eye. Glitter is a great tool to hide everything that you need to hide. But now we are just using a lip liner from ColourPop and we are lining our lips, creating a very nice and very full lip shape. I like to use browns. And then for lipstick, we are going in with a pinky lipstick. And then I am going back in with that brown lip liner just to make sure that the lip is very gradient as well. And then now I'm taking a pale nude lip gloss just to dim down some of the pink. I wanted to have a pink lip to match my blush, but it was looking a little bit too pink, so I just wanted to dull it down. But this is the makeup that I have, and this is the full and completed look with lashes, a wig, and a very cute outfit. What do you guys think? I was living for this. It's very extremely feminine, very natural, very like super gay. I love it. I love this so much. Sometimes you just look extremely pretty, and this was one of those days. But anyway, I am Taco Minaj, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!